Hello to all my crafty friends, welcome back. I believe this is part 4 of the journal tutorial. So where we left off, let's just move that out of the way for a second. Where we left off earlier, you should have all your file folded with the paper inserted, and if need be, paper that's going to go in between. Now what we need to do is to lay these down. You're going to be starting at, well, should I say, I'll spit it out in a minute, I'll get it right. We're going to stitch these now into the cover, okay? So what we need to do first is to lay these down in the order that they're going to start from the bottom, and we're going to work our way up to the top. So it'll be back to front, okay? So the one that's going to go at the bottom, the back of the book, okay, has the tab at the top, okay, tab 1 and 2, okay, then a page, then we need a tab at the bottom end, then paper, then we need a tab at the top edge and paper, then we need a tab at the bottom edge and then the paper, then we need the tab at the top, then the paper, then the tabs at the bottom, then the paper, and then the tabs at the top, okay? Now turn that over like that, because as I said, you're going to need to start with the bottom one first, okay? Now what I've got here, what I'd like to use, because it's gentle and it doesn't rip the card when you pull it tight, what I ideally like to use is the silks that you use for cross stitching and embroidering. If you have one of those, great, use it, because I think it works fine. I've actually run out of the colour that I wanted, because this is mainly black and white. I wanted to keep it either black or white. So what I'm going to use is a crochet thread. You can use a piece of wool, string, anything you have to hand really. It's only for stitching these in, okay? Now as you can see, this is rather a long piece. Now I have taken it with my arms stretched out fully. There is one, it's probably all going to tangle up on me now. There is 2 full arm lengths of string here, okay? I'm just going to let that end fall to the floor there. If you don't want to work with a piece of string that's so long, that's fully understandable, but you will need to sort of tie halfway and then start again. So I prefer to work mine longer and then just thread it through gradually, making sure it doesn't tangle up. So I'm just going to grab my needle. Now I use quite a thick needle, if you can see that, and it has quite a large hole in the end of it, so you can get silks through there, or string, piece of wool, whatever you wish to. So I'm just going to thread my needle. Now I'm going to leave quite a bit of a tail on it, like so, okay? Then you're going to take your cover that you put all your holes in, which we done earlier, okay? Now please, this, it can be fiddly, so take your time and, you know, just be patient with it. It will come together, okay, at the end. So what we're going to do, if you can see, we're going to start this end, okay, and you're going to start at the bottom hole nearest to the desk. So if it's sitting like that, Okay, you're going to start at this bottom hole here. Okay, then all I'm going to do is literally poke my needle through, put it through the hole, okay, and then take the first folder, turn it over because you want the tabs to be at the top. And I hope you can see this okay. Just move your paper out of the way so you can see where the hole is. And then just poke. I can't find the hole now. Pop your needle through the hole in there, okay? And then take your paper, poke the needle through there, okay? Now this is where you're going to need to pull it all the way through, but minding that it doesn't all tangle up on you, which mine is probably going to do because it is so long. But as I said, be patient, have a little bit of patience with it, just pull it through bit by bit. And I'm going to leave a string about that long, okay, because you want enough to be able to tie this up at the end and wrap it round in the middle so it pulls it all tight together, okay. Then taking my needle, I'm going to go to the other end and I'm going to go through the paper, through the folder, and then through the bottom hole of the cover at the other end, okay. And then again, it's just pulling it all through, being patient. Okay, just do it gradually, bit by bit, to make sure that it doesn't all tangle up on you. And when it bunches up like that, just take a second to spread it out again and continue to pull it through. Mine's going to get all tangled around then instead. Nothing ever goes to plan, does it, when you're doing these things? Okay, so just as I said, take your time. Okay, now at this point you don't need to pull that really tight, okay, but just make sure it's where you want it. Then, okay, so you have your end that side, okay, and you've pulled your needle through that side. So then what we're going to do is where this string is, okay, you're going to go through the second hole up on this side where you have your loose end. So you're going right across again, across the back to the second hole up from where you started. Okay, I hope this is making sense because it's really difficult to be able to show you. Then I'm going to take my paper and just hold it on the side and go through the page like so. Okay, then again just put it all through carefully, taking your time so it doesn't all knot up. Okay, and then you're going to go up to the other side, go through your paper and then go through the second hole up on the other side. Okay, and again very carefully. It is fiddly because you're trying to keep hold of the page as well as keeping hold of the paper and the thread. Just take your time, and as I said, it will all come together eventually. Do not rush it, do not try and pull knots out of it, make sure your string is straight to begin with, because otherwise you could get halfway through sewing this and then try and pull out a knot and it doesn't happen, and then you're going to have to unthread it all and start again. Okay, so we have our bottom file in and we have our first lot of paper that's going to go in between. Okay, now as you can see, these are not tight. Look, they're all falling around all over the place. I'm not fussed because I know tightening it up at the end is going to pull it all together and it's going to sit nice and neat and match up at either end. Okay, so then we go around to the back again. Then we're going up through the next hole, so that'd be the third hole up. Okay, so I'm just poking my needle through like so. Okay, then I'm going to get my next folder, which has the tabs at the bottom end. Open it out and put your needle through the file piece and then through the paper. Okay, once you've done this a few times it will get a bit easier for you. I know the first couple of times I done it I didn't have the patience and I was like, oh my god, my string keeps tangling up and they won't sit straight, etc, etc. But it does. Take your time, be patient. Okay, so then we're going up to the other end and you're going back through the paper, back through the file. This light is really ridiculous in this room because I can't even see where my holes are. And then back through your cover. Okay. Again, see, it's all tangling up, so just pull it out. Be patient with it. I like to use the silks because I don't know what's going to happen when I actually come round to tying this up and pulling it tight around the back. It may just split all the card and then I may end up having to make another cover, but we will see. So there you have two files in and your paper in between. Then take another paper, then you're going through the back again, round the back. If I turn it around this way you might be able to see a bit better. It's going to be a bit fiddly for me to do around this way, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so then you're going to go across the back here again, through the next hole up, take your paper, go through the paper, put it all through carefully. Making sure it doesn't all tangle up. Okay, when it starts to twist and turn like that, then just unravel it. Okay, and then we're going across the paper, through that hole, through the next hole up. I think is that one. I can't see again because of the light. This is that one. Okay, and then again just carefully pulling it all through. See, now mine's trying to knot here, so bear with me a second because I just need to try and unravel this. There we go. See, if you catch the knots before they actually knot up, then it will save you time and effort of trying to cut it all. And okay, so you're just going to continue to keep going up like so. So you're coming across the back again, so we're going across the back to the next hole up. Okay, and we just done one with the tabs at the bottom, so we now need one with the tabs up the top, and we're going to open that out, go through the file folder and through the paper like so. Move that towel out of the way for a minute. See here, look, mine keeps twisting and wanting to tangle up. So just a little bit of patience, keep pulling it out. Like so. And then we're going to go across here again, through the page, through the paper, through the folder, and then through the cover. As your thread gets shorter, it will be easier for you to manage and handle. Right, what's going on here? Okay, it's just the towel got caught up in there. Okay, again, we're going straight across the back, through the next hole up, and we're going to place the paper. This is going to take a bit of time to do, so bear with me. Grab yourself a cup of tea, a fag, or whatever you want to do. I don't really want to lose you off the video to do this, because you can come across problems when you're trying to do this, like your thread knotting up and such. So I just want you to bear with me while I do this, because if we come across any problems, then I can show you how to sort them out. So then we're going to take another file folder, and we just done tabs at the top, so we need one at the bottom. So we're going to go up through the next hole, through the file folder, through my paper. I had an idea for this journal. I think I'm going to show you how to make some tags of your own designs, and some little pockets that we can use in this journal, and I will show you how I make mine. So don't be alarmed, don't get scared. It will be easy when I show you, but I think they will be a great idea to have. Next hold up, here's the one. I think they will be a good idea to have in this journal. It is such a thick, chunky journal. I don't know if you have the ideas of keeping it for yourself once you've made it. So we just put the file in, so I'm grabbing some more paper to go in between. I don't know if you're going to make one of these and keep it for yourself, or if you're going to give it away to somebody for a birthday or something, perhaps, would be a lovely idea. See, my thread is getting shorter now, so it's getting a lot easier to stitch these in. I may even run out of thread yet, even as the greater longer piece that I had. Across the back again, through the next hole up. Take file folder, that one was at the bottom, so these need to be at the top. Go through the folder, through the paper, pull that through. Oh, that one was a bit stiff. And then across to the other side, back through the paper, back through the folder, and back through the cover. I can't get enough of these journals. I love making these, and all my friends love them. They keep asking me to make them every year and buy them from me, so they use them. Some of the girls that I talk to, they actually take them into college, and the girls use them as a like a yearly planner for their college work and stuff, and to write their notes in and bits and pieces, which is a good idea. So we're just going to continue with this and placing the paper on a file. I'm starting to run out of thread rather quickly. That one's in now. Next hole up. That was at the top, so this one needs to be at the bottom. Through there. Through the paper. Pull that through. Back over this side. Through the paper. Through the file. And through there. Obviously you don't have to watch me while I'm doing this if you feel comfortable enough doing it yourself. And if you come across any problems, you can give me a shout after in the comment box, by all means. Paper. I'm really hoping this thread is just going to be enough without me having to change it. It's not a drastic problem. If you do have to change it, I don't think I'm going to have enough, to be honest. I've got one more to put in, and I don't think I've got enough thread to do it with. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to start tightening up to see if I have any more thread that I can use for the last one. So to tighten up, I'll turn around this way, it may be easier to show you. Hold your thread that's hanging out from where you first started in your first hole. Okay, hold it tight. Then you're going to take one string at a time, like tightening up a pair of shoes. Okay, take one at a time and pull it tight. So find the next string up, pull it tight, find the next one up, pull that tight, take the next one up, pull that tight. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, pull that tight, take the next one up, pull that tight, and the next one, pull that tight, and the next one, move that out there, pull that tight, You can give it quite a good pull. Just make sure you don't pull it so hard that you're going to split the holes on your file or on your cover. Pull that tight. And right at the top, pull that tight, which gives me a little bit more string to play with, like so, for my last file that I need to place in. So again, I'm going to go through the last hole up the top, like so. These tabs will need to be at the top, so I'm going to go through the file, through the paper, and pull that through. And then I'm going to go back at the other end through the paper, through the file, and through the cover. There we go. I just had enough to complete that, like so. Okay, then you can take your needle off. Right, so now I'm just going to tighten this up again, just to make sure that your files are sitting nice and flush on your edges, because my cover is exactly the same size as my files inside. Okay, so again, hold the string at the bottom. Okay, I'm taking, I don't know which way around to do this, so you can kind of see what I'm attempting to do here. You need to hold this string tight, okay, because that is attached to your bottom string, obviously. This is just like tying up, you know, the back of a basque, or, you know, when you get one string at a time, or a shoelace, you get one at a time, go up with your fingers like so, and just tighten as much as you can without ripping your card. Okay, but these, as I said, they can be quite tight, because you don't want them to, once you've tied it all off at the back, you don't want them to wobble about in your file, inside you don't want your files, sorry, spit it out, get my words right. Sorry, I had a bad day at work this afternoon, so I'm kind of all words mumbled up and my brain's a bit mushed. It was a very busy day and not a very good day. Okay, and then the last one at the top. Okay, and then that is attached to that one there. I'll give that a nice good pull there. Okay, so you need to pull your bottom one to make sure that is tight, pull your top one to make sure that is tight. Okay, then if you have a look at the edge of your thingy, you should see that all your bits sit nice, tight and flush. If you're not sure, go like that. Okay, see, mine is sitting all nice and flush. Okay, so just give that end one another pull and that top one another pull. Okay, make sure they're not going anywhere. And then all we're going to do is, maybe a bit fiddly for you as well, is you're going to tie the two ends off together. Okay, so from corner to corner, you can push this down and lean on it at the top, but it's not going to hurt it. Okay, so you're pulling your thread from corner to corner. Okay, and then twist your strings and place your finger on the middle. Okay, and then just tie it in a knot across the middle, like so. Okay, so there you have it. All of that is sitting nice, neat and flush across there. It's sitting nice, neat and flush across there. That is all in there nice and tight. Okay, now I hope I have explained that well enough for you. If you have any difficulties or I've not explained something to you, then please just leave a comment in the bottom of the box, and you know, I'll try and do my best to help anyway. Right, so then what I do from this point to tighten this up a little bit more is I take one end that I've left hanging from after knotting it. Do not cut this yet, please, because you'll need it to do your final tightening. Okay, so take one side, leave your other bit hanging. Okay, and then you're going to go up through the bottom, all the way up underneath behind your strings. Okay, pull it through, go around this 2 or 3 times. Okay, I think mine's only going to go twice. Allow me to go twice. Okay, then leave that to one side for a second. Get your other thread. Now you're going to go the opposite way. Okay, so with that side you went up and over. With this side you're going to go down and through the bottom behind your strings. Okay, and that's once, and that's twice. You can do it as many times as you like, depending on how long your strings are. I can only do mine twice because my strings are not very long. Okay, and then pull your strings kind of into the middle, and then you're just going to pull them tight together like so. Pull all those strings nice and tight together. Okay, so you have what looks like a pretty bow on there. And again, just flatten it down and tie this off in a knot. Okay, do like 2 or 3 knots so you're not going to worry about it coming undone at all. Okay, and then I just cut mine off, leave about 1 inch of string on either side. Okay, and then all I do with these ends is tuck them just like that behind the other strings, so it's not going to come out anywhere. If I can even get the string under there. No, it did want to go under and then I moved it out again. Okay, like that. So it's nice, neat, it's all tight. Okay, and then just give it a tap either side, make sure it's all lined up where you want it to be. That's it, perfect. Perfect at the top, perfect at the bottom. Okay, and you have all your files in there like so. And as you can see, this is going to take some work to decorate and complete. Okay, so what I'll do is I will leave you there for a moment, because it's taken me ½ hour just to stitch these in. So I'm sorry this episode is so boring, guys. I really do apologise. But as I said, I wanted you to stick with me because if we had any problems, then I could have sorted them out on the camera and showed you what to do. So be patient with it, please, and it will all come together for you. Okay, I'll leave that there with you for now. In the next episode, we're going to make some of our own designs for tags, pockets, etc. to go in this journal. Okay, so Love to you all. Mwah. And I'll see you again in about half hour. Bye for now.